Good morning. Sunday morning, out for another little cooked breakfast. We've got some bits and pieces to throw on the frying pan. Up at a similar spot to where we camped. I think I've put it up on the site. I'm not sure. It's kind of windy wild camp, or I'll put it up soon if it's not up. Loads of wood up here. I thought we'd start here, process some wood, get a bag full, and then go into the deeper wood where there isn't as much deadfall. I've got my little camp chair, my little titanium Bushbox XL stove, frying pan, coffee, and just again getting that medicine, getting that fresh air, getting that outdoors, spending some time with the dog, and just decompressing. Honest, I couldn't be bothered. I'm kind of reading a couple of books which I'm into, and this morning I kind of woke up and I was like, oh, I'm just going to stay. I'm going to have a long lie. I'm just going to stay in bed for a wee while. I'm going to get up, have a coffee, read my book, do my cold water, and I was like, nah, just push yourself. I was watched something the other day, and it was just about the founder of Nike, is Nike Tick, and this "Just Do It," which kind of literally was their kind of sort of mantra around don't contemplate, don't put it off, just do it. So there's a lot to be said in that, just that kind of like, just, it's the same as the cold water. You don't want to do it, don't give it much thought, just do it, and then the benefits you'll reap. So even just coming up here, I've got my saw. I'm going to sort of do some cuts, some sawing, some chopping. I've got my bag, just going to process a bag so I can just get my seat set up, my fire, get the fire on, get the frying pan on, and just chill. So I'm glad that I've kind of pushed myself this morning to get out into the fresh air again. Favourite spot, not far from the house. Have to use the car, but only for about 5 minutes. So thank you again for joining me and Audrey this morning. We're just going to have a wee one. I've noticed I've only got kind of one battery, which helps. It means that I'm not taking lots and lots of footage. So I'll do some chopping and some processing. So welcome aboard. Little short one, Sunday morning. No tenting today. Haven't been out this weekend in a tent, which again, just we watched some brilliant movies. Couple of recommendations, right? The Whale, absolutely amazing film. Brendan, the guy who did the George in the Jungle, really moving film. And also All Quiet on the Western Front, which is on Netflix. It's a German interpretation of the First World War. We watched that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still reeling from it. Absolutely brutal representation of the First World War. Really, you have to. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's real. It really feels real. And if that doesn't put you off war, nothing will. So yeah, watching some movies, chilling out this weekend, had some nice food. Oh, let me talk to you about food this weekend, right? April made risotto with king prawn risotto with some chilli, and it's like, and also homemade meringues that are about this size. Double cream on it. So I've put on about a stone this weekend, but again, you need to have some enjoyment just with everything else that's going on in the world, the cost of living and all the usual mental health challenges. It's like you need to have some positive. So listen, I'll stop rambling, I'll get some mood prepped, we'll get you back in a minute or two. That's a decent big bag processed up here. Absolute abundance. The wee stove, like I've said a few times, it does take pretty dry wood to really kind of get it kicking off. And we're going to go into a place that's less breezy as well, a bit more kind of closed wood. So but it's handy bringing that old wood axe and the old shopping bag, because it makes pretty light work. Gloves as well, so my hands are still clean for cooking. So again, just once you get into the routine of what do I need, okay, I've got my saw, my bag, you know, gloves, it all becomes a bit easier. So right, I'm just going to get her bed. Again, with a wee bed, it looks like a bit of a kind of sort of luxury, but it keeps her warm, and I know where she is, and it's just, you know, it's not that heavy, so it kind of works out pretty well. But still quite a bit of snow on the peaks up into the Cairngorms. So right, let's get a chair set up and get the stove set up into the woods somewhere that I've not been before, but again, potential camping spot as well. So this is a bit of the woods that I've never spent any time in, so a couple of flat bits for a pitch as well, which is always good to kind of identify new camping spots. So I brought my chair along today. This was kind of reasonably budget off Amazon, but so far it's holding up really well. And you could modify it by shortening some of the legs to make it a bit more micro light. So you just hook them into their little cups and then stretch the fabric over. And I brought a little bit of tin foil as well, just to act as a bit of an insulator, but it's not too cold today. There's no wind, so I'm hoping that the stove copes okay. Again, there's actually more wood down here than I thought. Saw some deer as well, which is nice. There's probably about, I'd say, 20 roe deer that kind of live up here. Right, cheer up. I'm going to get the stove set. Plenty of wood. Nice. Takes a little bit of kind of wiggling about. So I've done a review on that on my channel, so check it out. Titanium, really lightweight, generates a nice bit of heat, and the wood floor, the forest floor is wet. So I normally just put a little bed of kind of tiny little twigs on the bottom, which helps it to ignite, and then just feed it up from there. Nicely. I'm going to get some bacon on it, which takes a minute or two. I think the wood's a lot drier today, it's not been raining. We've got this award-winning leek and cheese and leek loaf from one of the bakers up in, I think it's Cellar Dyke up near Anstruther. It's like no butter required, no cheese required, moist, soft. You can eat a whole loaf. April and I bought a loaf of that, sat down at the harbour, just like pigged. So I'm going to put, I've got some nice tomato sauce with a little bit of hot sauce mixed in, bit of black pepper, and then just put a bit of a kind of fry up. Again, it's back to the Simon Howie, so big shout out to him and his team of Scottish butchers. Really good. This is mostly vegetarian, a little bit of his bacon. I'm not vegetarian, but I just like to eat. I'm getting we're trying to eat as much kind of non-meat. We don't drink cow's milk anymore. Doing as much recycling as we can. So environmentally trying our hardest, and Nia, our kids, are following suit. So it's nice to think about the next generation that are getting kind of like Right folks, I mean, what do you make of that? Low calorific, healthy fry up, mainly vegetarian. Cheese and leek bread, oh my god. I'm going to get this all over my face. Get a coffee on. I'll keep a little bit of sausage for her. Right. That is off the chart. That was superb. That to cook up kind of with a nice bread. She's having her lunch, a bit of vegetarian sausage, and I'm just going to have this nice strong coffee, sit and enjoy the woods and the coffee. That worked really well today again, dry wood, and also quite resinous, some of that pine. You get quite a decent heat out of some of that, although it's kind of soft wood, it still seems to burn not particularly long but quite hot, which is good for cooking on. Cheers everyone. Let that fire go down. Right folks, that's us almost. The fire's almost out, she's had her lunch. I'm feeling nice and chilled. Well fed, well watered coffee, superb. The wee fire stove's definitely, it feels really nice to have it off the forest ground, and I cleared a little sort of space in the moss. I'll put all that moss back so you're leaving no trace. So quite literally when we're going out, we're actually thinking, you know, kind of, you know, you look back, you couldn't tell if anyone's been there. I'm forever finding sort of big scorch marks and fire pits and rubbish, and so we all need to make a bit of an effort. So I'm sure we are. She's having some water, that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna probably come back here next weekend if I get a chance. I don't think there's much on, so a few wee plans, maybe cook some steak, something like that. Fairly busy week for me this week. Caught up with my friend Mike yesterday. Cheers Mike. So good to see you, see your new space. Amazing, absolutely amazing. So so nice keeping in touch with like guys that you're at school with. You coming up? Oh, there's Mike. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Having those long-term friends is so important. The ones that you kind of grew up with and had all your kind of early drinking, partying, socialising, clubbing, holidays types of experiences with. So yeah, here's to old friends. Mike, cheers for your efforts, keeping in contact, means a lot. I was using my little Mora, I think this is an Eldris. Little bit, dots a little rust on it, but it's pretty clean. And although it looks quite a small blade, that's about 3 inches, so you actually get not a bad little cutting surface, and the handle is actually really good. You get a really good grip on that. And it's really handy because it's got a necktie. They're not expensive, and that's a little bit of rubber there in case I get a bit of inner tube, in case I get stuck building fires. That'll burn for ages. It's not the best for the environment, but a tiny little bit here and there. I've never used it, but good to have a few things for emergency. When I was coming up, I was thinking about trying to kind of get my pack as light as I can. I'm going to kind of go through it, and even my first aid kit, I'm carrying all the stuff that I've never used, and it weighs even the first aid kit, so there's probably bits that I can really scrimp on and start to shave away. So I think the last time I was up in Dunkeld, it was about 20 kg, and my shoulder was ending up getting sore, and so I don't know, but not complaining, it's just so nice to get out, and I don't mind lugging a bit of weight, to be honest with you. I don't do much exercise during the week, a little bit of jogging with the dog, but other than that there's not much going on. So right, I'm going to pack up. The stove's probably cooled down enough now, and head down the road. That was such a nice chilled couple of hours in the woods. Thank you for sharing that with me. Right, I think we'll just sign out. Audrey, come here. Go. Yeah. That's us signing out. That was really nice, just a little quick one up in the woods. Coffee, nice food, bit of company with this wee one. So not much footage, we're going to just press on, crack on with the rest of the day. So thank you again for everyone's support and tuning in, all the subscriptions, all the likes, all the comments. Keeps me going, keeps me out of mischief, which is much appreciated. So thank you again. Hope everyone's taking care, and me and Audrey will catch you on the next adventure. Take care.